Shout out to everybody that's here. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Make sure y'all like the stream. Yeah, YouTube is not going to notify a lot of you. They're not going to notify you. You know, but we here. Look, listen, there are always gonna be people thumbsing it down. I don't care. The views matter. The views still are recorded. Doesn't matter they thumbs it down. The views still are recorded. So it just shows how dedicated people are to making it known that they disagree with me, even though I haven't streamed that much. A lot of people are hurt, but make sure you like the stream. I'm back. We're gonna talk about an Instagram post. No, not Instagram post. It was a post. It was a picture that was taken at a Dallas Cowboy football game. I reposted it to my IG, and I had an idea. I said, you know what? Why don't I go live and speak about this? Okay. And tell y'all the signs that she might be for the streets. But let's see who's here. Master Pierce, Matthew, Dion, Johanna, True, 25 Kid, Rachel, Robert, Abor, Yee, Sydney, Charm, Sportsman, Hashay. That's how I said it. You know? But we here. Listen, I want y'all to understand that that women are at a point to where they just don't care no more. As long as anybody notice them, they're fine with that. You see, women actually used to care about how their outward was, right? Now, I want y'all to understand, I'm not a slut shamer. I'm not a slur shamer at all. I don't slur shame women. I just speak the truth about women and how they conduct themselves. If you have to go to these lengths in order to feel attractive, then you have extreme levels of low self-esteem. It's good, Mr. MVP. No one cares. And y'all wonder why men don't respect you? You wonder why men use you the way they do? Now, before I get started, I want to give a shout out to a YouTuber by the name of Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, right? He's battling cancer, and I want to send my well wishes to him. Nothing but strength and good energy to him. It's good, Team Malone. Team Malone has her gold badge. And that's why, we as men, we go through a lot of different things, man. But when we can speak on the things that affect us, it could help people who may be dealing with the same thing. And again, you never know. You can help somebody else because we all go through similar things that we may not think we do, but we do, Shout out to Volcanus for becoming a member, salute to you. Now, in this video here, what's good, Albert? I want a lot of y'all females to understand that the world sees you as how you see yourself. And if you display yourself as a piece of meat, that's how you're going to be treated. Men are going to treat you as a jump off or a side chick. Why wouldn't they? Look how you present yourself. How else should they treat you? You know? Let's go to LA, Sirism. Now, again, I'm not a slur shamer. I'm all about people living their life the way they want to, but you can't act a certain way and think they're not going to be an effect. There's a cause and there's an effect. And the thing is that women have grown very comfortable just being side chicks, jump offs, just being used for their bodies, right? Yeah, of course, Rob, they do think that. They do think there's an endless supply of men out there, but there isn't. There are statistically more women than there are men out here. But see, that's the thing about women. That's why they don't even try to seek out relationships with good dudes, because they can get into all these short-term relationships with these dysfunctional men, and then they like, well, if it doesn't work, I'll find somebody else. That's their mentality. That's the mentality that keeps them single. That mentality will always keep them single. Will always keep them in a state of loneliness. I put up a video on this channel today about women being left lonely, and men are not approaching them. I think men are starting to approach women less. It's good, pop. Smoke. Now, again, let's get the likes up, people. I've spoken at length about the effects of the influencers and how a lot of women try to emulate them, you know? How there are women out here going out of their way to try to portray themselves as if they are a housewife or Instagram model. And they see what these women post on social media, so they say to themselves, why don't I wear that in public? You have to be a really lonely woman who gets literally no attention to leave out of your house dressed the way that this female is dressed. I'm gonna put it on the screen so y'all can see it. I don't have it in the video yet because I don't want y'all staring at white ass the whole live stream. Or Hispanic, who knows? But this is somebody who's probably from the city of Dallas. There's a lot of people in Dallas, man. And there's a lot, if you a man, there's a lot to choose from there, man. And some women are going to be left out. Some women are going to be left out. Now, it would not surprise me if she's in a relationship too, or married. Would you allow your girlfriend or wife to leave the house like this? If you do, you're a sucker and you don't run that marriage. She does. She runs that marriage. You don't. Or that relationship. But this is how, when you in a big city and there's a lot more of you than there are of men, see, women have to do this in order to get noticed. She's at a football game, but so she knows a lot of dudes there with some money. There's a lot of families there too. She don't care about that. Let's say let's say you as a woman is there with your husband and the kids, and you see this woman walking around. I bet she's not the only one. I bet she's not the only one. And when you're from a city that is big like Dallas, men have a whole lot to choose from, and women got to be chose. And they want to be seen. They want to be noticed, because a lot of them don't get noticed. A lot of them get, ignored a lot. So they want to be. They say they're at the football game. They say, you know what? Why not? And understand this. You gain no respect from this. A lot of men are going to see you as a piece of meat. No, who's going to wife this unless she's already somebody's wife? First off, once again, if you're married or in a relationship with a woman who dressed like this, she has no respect for you. She has absolutely no respect for you. And I want you dudes to understand that attention, they're addicted to it. They care more about what strangers think than probably what you think. When women say that they're not being approached, that is real. But they did this to themselves. This is the life they chose. They chose this life. You have to look yourself in the mirror. Listen, I'm not here to tell women they need to be conservative. I'm not that type of person. Be who you want to be, but the results are going to be the results. Whatever happens, the perception that men have of you is the perception they're going to have. Make sure y'all like the stream, huh? But people love to blame men. No, you heifers love to blame men for why these women do this. No, you cannot do that. Feminists get on social media every day saying that men objectify them. They try to make female characters who have long been feminine masculine. Meanwhile, you have women who go to Instagram and OnlyFans and they sexualize themselves. Isn't that a contradiction of the movement that you have? So you're all about being positive when it comes to your body, but not on screen, right? You don't want to be seen as too feminine, right? You call feminine women pick-me's, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Do you know how many women right now would love to be picked by somebody, but they're not being picked by anybody? They think they look good, but they get overlooked and ignored.